I look at this section, of compulsory issues as a practical point, for some of the community problems here. That's why I feel, I'll be honest with you, I feel myself is not the good person or the convenient person to speak about it. Perhaps you should have Sheikh Nuruddin or Sheikh Harun or Sheikh Tanwir speak with you about those issues. That's why you may excuse my deficiencies here, and a lot of other deficiencies, because I feel myself is not the person who is going to speak, and cover this subject for you, for the friendship or whatever. And in particular, for this particular subject, I was complete failure, in my young age, When I look back, this may sound strange, or odd, for some of you. When I look back, I don't find a real friend, of me, And I'm not the experienced person, in this matter, to speak about it. So the best thing I may give you about this, how to select or choose friends, is going to be guided, by some of my understanding, of the Holy Quran and the tradition of the Prophet. I repeat myself, this is not a practical point, just some theories, that. Firstly, in our time, the Prophet said, we should be too selective. He said, عليك بخويصة نفسك. He make it in the small pattern in Arabic. You have in Arabic the word and small, something is derived from that word, make it more smaller, okay? And any word in Arabic, you may have it in this pattern and in the pattern of making it smaller or the smallest. خاصة, that's mean your special people. خويصة, if we want to translate it, the special of the specials. And the Prophet ﷺ gave these signs, I think these signs, at least when you want to select a friend to you, you should look at these signs, If they are available in your friend, it's not good for you, okay? Because the Prophet ﷺ put these 4 signs. Whenever you see these 4 signs, عليك بخويصة نفسك. Be too selective and have the special of the specials, of your people. This shouldn't be misunderstood that I am going to be tough or rough on anyone. No, but the one that I open my heart to him and I'm going to spend significant amount of time with him, I'm going to help, we are going to help each other, should be of certain criteria. So here the Prophet ﷺ gave these 4 signs which are really bad. شُحٌّ مُطَاعٌ, when you have stingy or against money spending, from a person, and this is well obeyed by everyone. Whenever anyone has this idea, this is against Islamic teaching, against the characters of Prophet ﷺ, shouldn't be heard. The other one, hawa muttaba'. I mean, not be that good, And when anyone has a passion and he just follow whatever he likes, and he is not restricted to his Islamic teaching. Hawa muttaba'. Okay, this is the second sign. And this is, sometimes you may find it in Muslims, even you may find it in some religious people, And out of my experience, you may find a person who is too religious person, But when you look at 2 or 3 points, he'll be too easy in them, He's not that restricted, to his religion. And the third point, وَدُنْيَا مُؤْثَرَةٌ. Anyone who gives preference to this life over the hereafter, again, this is bad sign. This shouldn't be selected as friend. Dunya mu'thara. And the last point, وَإِعْجَابُ كُلِّ ذِي رَأْيٍ بِرَأْيِهِ. Everyone is going to be determined, about what he thinks, and is going to be proud of what he thinks. And here, among friends, you should have some flexibility. Okay? I give it by simple example, but this may be applicable to many matters, All of them, they want to go in picnic to that particular place. I want to go to other place, even though I don't like the first one, or I feel this one is better, or whatever. Here I should give up some of my preference just to keep up my friendship. When all of them, they want to do barbecue, I want to do, let's say, biryani. Okay? Again, even though I like this much more than the other, I should give up. For sure, I'm not going to give up, my prayer. I'm not going to postpone my prayer. I'm not going to drink wine. And here, it's not applicable for what is haram and what's an obligation. This is applicable for the permissible matters that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us the choices, okay? Here, everyone is free to have whatever as a choice. But whenever he wants to join someone, he should give up some of his preference just to keep up this good relation. Don't tell me I'm not affected. No, you are going to be affected. When you are a friend of someone, and you said no, 3, 4, 5 times, something is going to have a trace, in the heart. Okay? That's why the Prophet ﷺ said, the pious person, he eats at home according to his family. Whereas the rebellious one, his family eat according to him, according to his desire. You see? And here the Prophet ﷺ put it in the form of pious and rebellious. Okay? Why? Because here we have family, the relation between the spouses and the family should be the strongest. And whenever this family is destroyed, we have a lot of negative outcome to come of it. Perhaps in friendship is not as important as this, but the one who cannot live without friend, again he should give up some, because otherwise he's going to suffer a lot. He's going to find friendship, in an environment not accepted Islamically, okay? And if he did not give up some of his preference, he's going to give up some of his religious preference, or religious obligations or prohibitions. You got my point? And here, you are not going to find a twin to you who match everything with you. You are going to have differences. And from these differences, first, it should be for your benefit, and this person is more knowledgeable than you, or more worshipper of Allah than you, or more fearful of Allah than you, or more concerned about earning money from halal way, or you see, and this difference, when you look at your friends, whatever is much better than you or better than you, you should try. First, you should be jealous of him, okay? And this is positive jealousy, okay? Be jealous of him, try to recognize those matters, and try to improve yourself about it. Whatever is below you, and these similar matters, you should be careful, because for sure you are going to be affected. And all of us, we are deficient. When you have this friend, with 10 good characters and 1 bad character, perhaps it's okay, to have friendship with such a person, because none of us is going to be in isma state or immune state, without any problem. Okay. But here, whenever you should judge yourself, whenever you find that you get hurted more, or this is going to be more harmful to you than benefit, That means this friendship is not good for you. Okay. So these about the differences regarding your career, your future, the hereafter. What about the other differences? About the other differences in this life, way of living, way of sleeping, way of whatever, the best among friends is the one who give up those matters, and try to be kind and nice with the others. And as I said before, not by sacrificing some of the obligations or prohibitions. No, for those which has been made open to us, or permissible, he will give up, And in another way, he's going to give the preference to the others over his choice. I'll tell you this story. I don't know if it's applicable or not, perhaps it's not applicable in my case, but just to tell you about the importance of the rights of friendship. A person wants to join Sayyidina Ibrahim ibn Adham. Ibrahim is a very famous wali, very famous Sufi, and this person, he wants to get the barakah, or the blessing of that person by joining him in a traveling. I forgot, to one city, they want to travel together. Ibrahim Adham said from the beginning, one of the tradition of our Prophet, that we should have a governor or ruler here, or prince or emir. Who is the prince? You or me? So, no, you Sayyid Ibrahim, you are the prince, or the one in charge, okay, not prince. We call it in Arabic Amir. The literal translation of Amir is prince, but here let's say the one in charge, okay? Then Sayyidina Ibrahim al-Adham carried all the things, on his back. He said, "Oh Sayyidi," he said, "I am in charge. Obey, okay? Whatever they want to do, he will do it all completely. Whenever there is any difficulties, any hard work, any whatever, when the other one try to interfere, he'll tell him, listen, I'm in charge, you should obey, okay? Then he got sick, and the person, and Sayyidina Ibrahim, he carried him in his shoulders, beside the other things, because he got sick, and he cannot say any word, He said, I never felt sorry about any matter in my life, much more than that word when I told him, you are the one in charge, And here, Sayyidina Ibrahim al-Adham give us the adab, the etiquette, of being with a company with the others, This person, most probably was not the friend of Ibrahim al-Adham. He just joined him by chance in this trip, and he figured out he'll get some barakah of him, And he made him feel really sorry, about what he have said, you are the one in charge, So here, just to try to bypass some of our comfortable states, our desirable matters, for the others, to get along with each other. I see it, you may correct me, not all, part of our problems nowadays. Why the divorce rate climb more, among Muslims, Why we hear a lot of problems. I'm sorry to tell you, not among only Muslims, even among the shuyukh, and even among the student of knowledge, and even among those who we expect them, to have high religious state, We hear about many bad stories that I hate, I hate a lot, Really, when I hear it, especially about some famous, shuyukh, highly respected by you, even I hate the moment I heard this, because I don't like, to hear such matters, And this is one of the way of keeping the friendship The Prophet ﷺ gave us this tradition. He said, listen, don't let anyone tell me anything bad about any of my companions. I would like to get out to them, with very pure heart. That's what the Prophet ﷺ said. And this is a way of keeping up your friendship with the others. Okay. So here, why this problem take place all the time, We should be critics, of ourselves. Why? We should ask ourselves. Why? Because I don't like to give up part of my ego, my personality, my characters, and the other one doesn't want to do so. Okay? So that's why this relation is going to be broken. Okay? And when someone has his relation broken with many friends, especially in such a country, he's going to be in a dangerous state. Why? Because the Prophet ﷺ said that the wolf usually eat the secluded or the lonely sheep, doesn't attack the whole community, of sheep, attack one secluded or one which was left alone. And the Prophet ﷺ gave it as an example. Nowadays, really, even myself, even though I'm old and I try to have certain secluded areas, or whatever, I'm afraid, that I may be changed, I may be swallowed by this dunya. I may give wrong fatwas as I see the others, or whatever, I may have bad practice. I told you about it, like one day that they look for a religious sheikh nowadays, they said, find me a religious sheikh, which we never heard this statement before. Why? Because our time is time of fitna, okay? Time of test, All of us, we have been tested. So, to get over this problem, no doubt friendship, and when you have a nice, decent, friend or friends, this is going to be too helpful to you. On the other hand, when we try to show our dominance, in everything, and we are the most smart or whatever, or to show my personality, or try to dictate on the others, the expectation that I'm going to destroy and ruin all relations. So this is one of the way, as I illustrated it. For religious matters, I'm not going to give up any. Okay, for the other matters, I should give up a lot of them, to keep up my friendship with the others. I think